What's happening, man? It's Prezo, man. 7 ways to get paid, man. You know my motto, if I can't get 5K a week, I can't even sleep. We were hot thoughts today, though.
The smoke a purse so sweet with HighThoughtsTV.
Y'all know what the fuck we doing, man. It's HighThougtsTV. Niggas hot in the bitch, man.
I'm smoking a purse so sweet with HighThoughtsTV.
So what's going down?
Man, what's happening, man? You know, we live here with HighThoughtsTV, man. It's Prezo, man. 7 ways to get paid. You know how we do it.
Alright, so Prezo, let the people know that, you know, they might not know a little bit more about you. Like, where are you from?
Yeah, so I'm originally from Chicago. Like, specifically, like, I moved around a lot, but I grew up, like south suburbs, like, you know what I'm saying? So, was out there until I was 18, and then moved out here to Houston. I went to school at PV, you know what I'm saying? So, repping PV and all that, and, shit. I moved back for a little bit, but shit, I ain't gonna lie, I came back to Houston because I really love the city. Like, you know, it's a different vibe down here, and I feel like, feel like it's family down here. So, I've been down here since, on and off, like, since, like, 2011, 2012. So, yeah, it's been almost 10 years. Like, I done lived in other places in between, though. Like, I stayed in, New Orleans for a bit, because I've been in, like, the trucking world and all that, like, you know, on the personal side. But I was going to trucking, so I was in New Orleans, I've been in Dallas, a little bit of South Carolina, so, you know, just been around a little bit.
Yeah, so talk some of, like, the main cultural differences, you know, coming from Chicago to Texas, Houston.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, well, when I first came down here, it was like '07. So like in 2007, I remember when I was telling like a lot of my friends, like, man, I'm finna move, like I'm finna go down to Texas. They like, oh nigga, you finna be a cowboy, you finna be out here with tumbleweeds and riding horses and shit. I was like, nah, man, it's not even, you know, it's not even like that. But I was really like, 'cause I used to be in a band, so I played drums and all that. Like that was like my first, like, you know, as far as music, been fucking with that since I was like, shit's really like, so I was like 9, like I've been, you know, in band and all that, so like I was taking it real serious. I ended up getting a few scholarships and stuff as far as, you know, the drums, so I ended up going down to PV, but I wasn't in the band though. Like I just, you know, switched up and started doing something different out there. But as far as cultural differences, like I say, the biggest thing I would say is like, you know, I thought it was way more chill out here. When I was meeting people, it was like, you know, it wasn't more so like some trying to be tough type shit. It was like more cool, more laid back on some player, like, you know, let's go, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to get after, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to get some money. So I'm like, bet, like, that's my, and that was more so my speed. So I feel like, damn, like, I feel more comfortable down here, you know what I'm saying, as far as culturally and stuff. And just, you know, just being able to move around more freely, like. But as I've been down here over the past 10 years, you know, with a lot of different people moving in, it has been, you know, you can see kind of a little bit of a cultural shift in the city. But for the most part, I still feel like the core of it is like, you know, yeah, for real. Like, you know, and it's different, like walking down the street. Like, I used to be walking down the street downtown going to work, man. Boy, you bump into somebody, they just look at you like you crazy. Out here, it's like, you know, people talk to you and speak to us. So like, you know, that was something that took me a little bit to get used to. But, you know, it was cool for sure.
No, for sure. So, just going a step back, you mentioned, you know, that your first step into the music realm was band, drums. So, what led to that? Did you have like maybe a musical background with the family, or was it maybe just something you just grew interest in?
Man, honestly, nobody in my family was really in music. I feel like I've been like, as far as my family, probably like the eyeball one, like, you know. Just a little different, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I always just was, you know, kind of going to my own, what'd you say, beating my own drum, per se. Like, not to, you know, no pun intended, but like, you know, like that's basically what it was. So I was always interested in that. So for me, it was just kind of a natural thing, you know? Like I always felt like more on the creative side as far as, you know, everything. Even as far as just school. Like I never was really like the type of person, like my favorite topics was like English and shit like that, because like it's really no right or wrong answer when you think about that. You really just have to just argue your state of the opinion, you know what I'm saying? You just really giving your side of the argument versus like you gotta be in science or math, you gotta be this plus this equals this, and it'd be like that shit for me. My mind don't really work that way, you know what I'm saying? As far as like math, I feel like the only important thing for me is like, man, if I can count my money, I know ain't nobody playing on me and shit, then we good. But I know I ain't never had to pull out no equations of 8x plus this equals this. I ain't never had to do that shit in my life since I've been in high school. So
yeah. Okay, and so throughout the band, had you already maybe started putting songs together or thinking freestyling, you know, lunch table raps, or when did the music, the actual writing start?
And to be honest with you, it's crazy. So like, one of my guys back in high school, my nigga John, he used to have Fruity Loops on his computer. But I wasn't even on the shit, and we wasn't really on the shit as far as like making beats. It was like we was making more so just like cadences for the band type shit. And like that was my first introduction to it, but I never seriously considered myself even like, you know what I'm saying? I always knew I had an interest in music as far as like, you know what I'm saying, rapping and shit. Like listening to hip hop, I always been indoctrinated into it. Like I never, like, and I wasn't even when I was growing up, I was never just culturally stuck to like, oh, I'm listening to Chicago music. Like I remember when Bear Share and LimeWire and all that shit was out, I'm downloading anything. Like I first heard my first UGK song when I was in up there, and I was like, damn, what the fuck is this? So I'm steady just go down like a wormhole, just listening to just a bunch of different artists. So for me, like it was more so like as just a fan of hip hop, a fan of the art, to not even, you know what I'm saying? And as a while, you know, you going through shit in your own life, you be like, damn, this is an outlet, you know what I'm saying? Like there's really, for me, I don't feel like, damn, there's no better outlet as far as music, because it's like, you know, you coming straight from the soul. So it's like, you know,